Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show. A returning guest, Kimberly Woodard. She's a good friend and outstanding realtor with Ebby. Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Can I just say, everybody likes you. Do you know that? Really, she's just a very pleasant person, and I have to believe that one of the secrets to your success over all these years has been that, you know, when you're buying or selling a home, it's a personal experience, and people have to like their realtor.
Right. It is. It is a personal experience. It's not just, there's so much emotion that goes into the process. And I find out a lot about my clients. I'm the first one to know everything, whether it's good news or bad news. I'm the first one to know if they're moving. I'm the first one to know if they're expanding their family. I'm also the first one to know if they're disbanding their family. So I have probably know a lot about a lot of people. And, you know, the other is I'm a confident. So they know that they can trust me, that I'm not going to tell anyone, you know, this information.
Of course.
It's just between us. And I think that, you know, helps them with the process as well.
Lean forward a little bit closer to the mic. So, Kimberly, tell us how you got into the business.
Well, as a kid, I grew up in the mortgage business with my dad, you know, following him to homes all the time through the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And it was just something that I enjoyed, walking through homes, looking at homes as a kid. I was probably a little nerdy kid that liked that stuff and thought that was the most interesting thing. After kind of dawdling in different things, after graduating from school, I was kind of did an epiphany of what was I going to do with my life. And I decided, my husband encouraged me to go for a real estate career. And at that time, there wasn't that many 20-somethings in the real estate. It was more of a career where it was people's second, third, fourth, you know, career change. So getting into the industry at that young age was a little tough and challenging. But it was a lot of fun. I remember my first listing, I was showing a house next door, and the guy walks out and says, "Hey, I'm going to put my house on the market. Do you want to show it?" My client looks at it, and I had just been in the business for like 2 weeks, and she said, "Yes, let's go look at it. Whether I like it or not, this could be an opportunity." Met with him the next morning and listed his house. So,
did you say, "Man, this is easy. Anybody can do this"?
So it was a fun experience, and she was so excited for me. And it was I got a lot of referrals from my friends and my family when I first started, and that's continued through with my friends, family, and my past clients. And my clients are repeat clients. I've sold
cool.
clients, 2-3 homes, over the course of my career. So.
And that really speaks volumes, doesn't it? That somebody will use you again in 2 or 3 years when they're moving.
Yes. And so it's the biggest compliment. It's also the biggest compliment when they're referring me to their friends, family, and that's relocating into the area or selling their home. They think of me first. So.
What is your approach to business or your business philosophy? Because I know there's an old saying, everybody likes to buy, nobody likes to be sold. When you're engaging a couple and are buying and selling a home, what's your philosophy?
It's going to be hard work, but it should be fun. No stress. That's what my job is. So I tell them, no stress. It's bad for the complexion. So I try and make it just a seamless process as well as fun. I love when I meet with my clients that they're selling and we are going through the house and I'm moving or I'm staging their home for them. And every time I do, they're like, why didn't I move that there? Or why did I do that before? So it's just fun to see their expressions. It's fun to, guide them through the process. It gets stressful. It does. It's, that's just part of emotions that get involved into it. But I try and talk them through it. And also I try and put them in the other person's shoes. So it does get, sometimes they feel like that one side is picking on them. And I said, they may be having the same kind of issues. So when people start to think that way, I think it all comes together and it's a happy experience for everyone.
Kimberly Woodard is my guest. She's one of the most successful realtors in North Texas, and she's with Ebby. What are some things people need to think about when buying or selling a home? Are there some do's and don'ts that you'd like to share?
Well, I would say do's for sellers. So a couple of things is look from the outside in. So first, landscaping. Trim your bushes. Mulch. Mulch is the cheapest thing to use. You can buy a bag for a couple bucks. Mulch those beds. It'll give a fresh, appearance. Also, it gives a little scent as you're walking up to the home. Wash those windows. They'll sparkle. So when you're opening those blinds and shades for those showings, you'll have that twinkle. Paint is another inexpensive way to brighten up areas of the home. Everyone likes something to look fresh, so that, if you have some walls that look a little dingy, put a nice coat of paint on it. It'll brighten it up. Steam clean those carpets. That'll also give that fresh, nest and a newer look to the carpets. And accessorize. Maybe your home isn't totally updated, but adding some up-to-date accessories, pillows, throws, just giving those new updated colors will make your home look more up-to-date.
And then from the perspective of the buyer?
So on a buyer's perspective, know your budget. So get pre-approved and know your budget. A lot of times people will say, I'm pre-approved for X amount, but I really don't want to spend. So sit down, look at your expenses and see what you're comfortable with. Hire a realtor, especially in this market where we are competing against homes. You want someone who is knowledgeable in the market and also, is networking and finding, those homes that are coming soon on the market, trying to get you in there, as one of the first ones to see it. And make a list of your wants, and share those with your realtor. You may have some sticky points where you must have a large pantry or you must have, a master bedroom that's large or a place for an office. That'll help your agent finding those homes for you. Area, know what's important to you. Do you want to be so many minutes from work? Do you want to be around different restaurants? Just know, what you're looking for in a community. Are you looking for a community pool, amenities, those things? And then last but not least, in this market, keep a positive attitude. I always tell my clients, when you're making an offer, you're competing with other buyers, put the offer in that you feel good about. And then if we win it, it's meant to be. If not, then that means something else is out there.
Talk about how hot the market is these days. Are you seeing multiple offers, and are people paying above the asking price?
We are. Inventory is still low. We have seen, a decrease in inventory, but I feel that in the next month, we'll start to see that inventory on the rise. People are starting to, okay, what am I going to do for the summer? Summer's coming. We also have people that will be relocating into this area. And so I think we also have people that are on the fence about selling, getting their homes ready, knowing that that is upon us. So we're starting to see that. We are still seeing that multiple offer in certain areas in the Metroplex, price points too. So depending on the price point, I would say you're under 500, especially in your sweet part of your 200 to 400 range. We're seeing those multiple offers on those homes because we're just not seeing a huge amount of inventory in some of those North Texas cities.
And do you do most of your work in the Plano, Collin County area, or do you go into Denton County? Or
I am all over. So I'm, from up to north of 380, which is, there's so much growth going on up there, and the Prosper and the Aubrey area and Little Elm, just because of all the growth that's happened over at Legacy Park with our corporations moving in, all the way down to downtown. And we're seeing, the growth in downtown too, a new face over there. So we're fortunate in this North Texas area where When someone comes from another part of the country, they have so many options of places to live.
What's the fastest you've ever sold a house? Same day? I mean, have you ever listed it and it sold?
I have. I had one where we had 16 offers. My client left at 7:45 that morning and didn't come back until 9 o'clock. She was done. so it was an exhausting day for her, but at the end, it paid off really well.
Wow. Okay, so how do people get a hold of you, Kimberly?
Well, they can either call me at 214-632-2092, or they can visit my website, which is kimberlywoodard.ebby.com, or email me at kimberlywoodard@ebby.com. Also, you can like me on Facebook.